President Donald Trump delivered a nationally televised address from the White House, using the primetime speech to present his administration's record, defend his leadership style, and outline what he described as the next phase of his agenda as the country heads into a politically charged year. Speaking directly to Americans, Trump cast his return to office as a turning point, arguing that the nation has regained strength after a period of instability. He said his administration has focused on restoring law and order, rebuilding economic confidence, and reasserting U.S. influence at home and abroad. Framing his message in familiar terms, Trump described the current moment as one of transition, telling viewers that the hard work is being done now to secure long-term prosperity. The economy was the central focus of the address. Trump acknowledged that many families are still feeling financial pressure but rejected claims that his policies have worsened conditions. He argued that inflation is being brought under control through trade measures, domestic energy production, and reduced regulation. The president credited tariffs and manufacturing incentives for boosting federal revenue and claimed that job growth and wage increases will accelerate in the coming months. While he did not cite specific figures, Trump insisted that economic indicators are moving in a positive direction and urged Americans to be patient. Trump also used the speech to criticize previous leadership without naming individuals directly, saying the country had been left with deep structural problems that could not be fixed overnight. He portrayed his administration as willing to make tough and sometimes unpopular decisions to reverse what he called years of mismanagement. The president framed this approach as necessary to protect middle-class workers and small businesses. Immigration and border security featured prominently in the address. Trump reiterated his commitment to strict enforcement, describing the border as a matter of national security and economic fairness. He said his administration has taken decisive action to reduce illegal crossings and vowed that enforcement efforts would continue. Trump argued that controlling immigration is essential to protecting jobs, reducing crime, and easing strain on public services, themes that drew clear applause from his supporters. National security and military support were also highlighted. Trump praised members of the armed forces and veterans, emphasizing his administration's commitment to military readiness and benefits for service members. He said the United States must remain strong to deter global threats and protect its interests, while avoiding what he described as endless foreign entanglements. The president framed military investment as both a security measure and a moral obligation. Although foreign policy was not a major focus, Trump briefly touched on America's position in the world, stating that U.S. leadership is being respected again. He emphasized the importance of fair trade deals and strong borders as part of a broader strategy to put American interests first. The tone of the address was confident and combative at times, with Trump alternating between reassurance and defiance. He urged Americans to remain united despite political divisions, while also drawing a sharp contrast between his vision and that of his opponents. The speech appeared designed not only to inform but to energize his political base as the country moves closer to another election cycle. Reaction to the address was swift and divided. Supporters praised Trump's direct communication style and his emphasis on nationalism, economic self-reliance, and security. Critics argued that the speech relied heavily on broad claims and lacked detailed policy solutions, particularly on issues such as inflation and healthcare. Political analysts noted that the address fit squarely within Trump's long-standing strategy of speaking over institutions and directly to voters. As the speech concluded, Trump framed the coming year as a test of resolve, telling Americans that the nation's best days are ahead if it stays the course. The address reinforced his message that he sees himself as a central figure shaping the country's direction, setting the tone for the political battles that lie ahead.